Oh hey, I'm Levi. I'm a creative, an explorer, and an adventure seeker at heart.
Welcome to Utah!
A few years ago, I set out on a mission, and that was to find the most unique, inspiring, and downright amazing one-night stays in America. And now I'm taking you along for the ride. This is Tiny BNB.
Your captain speaking. Please enjoy the ride.
Today we are staying in one of the most unique Airbnbs. It is a 1950s Canadian tugboat that was used in the Arctic Ocean that has been now converted into an Airbnb. The host has kept this all original and it looks seriously fantastic in here. This is the captain's seat and the beauty in here is unmatched. Let's go check this Airbnb out. Today we are in Providence, Rhode Island, right on the ocean, docked at this private marina. This is our first time in the smallest state in the US and our first Airbnb right in the ocean, technically. So I'm very excited to be here. I never thought one of the most unique and fun spots would be in Rhode Island, but here we are. Anyway, All New is the name of this tugboat, and it's permanently docked at a private marina very close to some restaurants and shops. You walk down past all the other boats and come up to your tugboat for the night. This boat is a beauty and stands out among all the other boats for sure. This style of tugboat was manufactured by the Canadians during World War II actually. All New was built in 1956 though by the Canadian Coast Guard and mostly used up in the Arctic Ocean. The host bought the boat and drove down here through the Erie Canal, which took 2 weeks to complete, and now here it is for everybody to enjoy. You walk around the back and this is where you can hop onto the boat. Back here, there's an outdoor area for you to enjoy actually. There's great views all around, especially the neat hurricane barrier and bridge right behind you. This is actually where the sun rises too, which is very beautiful. You can walk on either side of this middle portion to walk around the boat. You can walk into the navigation room for here, but we will get to that later in this video. It's fun walking around and seeing all the details that are on this boat. It sways side to side too, so if you ask me, that just adds to the adventure of this tugboat. I'm just kidding. Getting inside is pretty nifty though. You can slide open this hatch in the back over this tiny door and unlock the door from here. And it creates this right angle opening for you. It is so cool. Then you walk down these steps and you're inside the tiny house on the water. The host says it's all pretty original, so this is how you'd be living if you were here on the boat out in the Arctic, which I think that is so cool and fun to experience. It's very tiny in here and there's lots of tight spots and character to explore. The first section is your living and kitchen area. The height in here is pretty nice actually. It's about 7-ish feet. Savannah and I can both fully stand in here with no problem. The kitchen has everything a basic kitchen would have. There's a propane stove, a sink with running water in the middle, some countertop space, which is a nice surprise, a mini fridge stocked with sparkling water and some local wine, and several cabinets to hold your dishes. The host even provides a coffee maker and some snacks for you as well in here. I was very happy to see how functional this kitchen is for such a small space. All around it are portholes and windows. The portholes add so much to this boat and really feel like you're staying in something special, which you are. On the other side of this kitchen is your seating area. Here is a small couch for 2 and next to it is a footstool, also serving the purpose as a spot to put your food while you eat. There's also these small lights everywhere that all have individual switches to them. They're so tiny and fit so well with the tiny space and just the character of this boat. So far, I'm loving everything in here and it's so cozy and snug. Definitely emphasizing the snug in here. My wife just said it's a snuggy tug. The next room is your navigation room. This one is really beautiful and fun. You'll just walk up these steps to get in here, and up here there's windows all around, of course, so the captain can see where he's going, and the classic wooden steering wheel, as well as a bench seat to sit at. The wooden steering wheel and the components all around it have so much character and beauty. The gauges, the radio, and the throttle all look so cool, and the wood everywhere and all the switches. You got a couple screens down here, and it's just all so beautiful, and it looks very original. I love it so much. Next would be the bedroom space, and to get there you'll walk down this cubby of stairs and into the hull of the boat. There's a handle here for you to help you get down because it is a tight squeeze. Down here is pretty small but cozy, I would say. The bed is on the right with these wood slats surrounding you in the shape of the hull of the boat. To get the bed to fit down here, you can see there's a custom shape to it. Savannah and I both slept here for reference, and it was pleasantly pretty nice. There's a nice shelf above your head and some drawers as well, and a skylight. Through this sliding door is your unique bathroom situation. You'll see why I say it's unique. I'll put this as the smallest bathroom ever seen. In here is just a composting toilet, and it is a tight squeeze. It's very usable, but probably not preferred. And with that, you do have full access to the marina bathroom that is 100% private. You have your very own key the host gives you, and I could literally see it from here. It's a stone's throw away. The look is amazing, the price is great, and the memories you'll have while staying here in Providence, Rhode Island are unforgettable. You can tell all your friends you stayed on an Arctic tugboat in the smallest state right on the ocean. That just sounds cool. Today we are at Camp Wapanaki. This place has so much history and beauty to it, including a U.S. president, the nation's first camp for blind and visually impaired children, and of course, a boathouse that is converted into a tiny house on this lake. Let's go check this place out. Today we are in Wolcott, Vermont. I hope I'm saying that right, but it is pretty close to the Canadian border. We're pretty far north, and I'm just so excited to be here. I've been wanting to visit Vermont for such a long time, especially during fall. We are in peak foliage right now, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. Literally out of this world. The colors range from burgundy to orange and yellow and red. Anyway, we are at Camp Wapanaki, which is a special place. Wapanaki is a 250-acre site that has everything from a 25-acre private lake, a tiny house, there's cabins, and great history. Back in the early 1900s, our very own President Woodrow Wilson came and fished here at the lake when it was the Trout Lodge Fishing Club. The first two buildings actually are the lodge and the boathouse, which is the one we're staying in. Then, Camp Wapanaki was founded in 1938 by the New York Institute for Special Education as a camp for blind and visually impaired children. It was the first such camp in the United States, the very first one in the nation. Then, in the 80s and 90s, this place was a Girl Scout camp, and now it's an amazing spot to come rent some Airbnbs and enjoy it for yourself, to come check it out. And the hosts have done a great job keeping the charm of this place by making the buildings usable again. So there are 5 cabins here total, but today we are exploring their best one, I think, the boathouse, which is a tiny house right on the water with your very own private dock and views. To start off, you'll drive down the beautiful road that leads up to the camp. The trees and the changing colors are striking and so vibrant. You'll make it to the entrance and drive past some buildings and make it all the way to your tiny house. You'll walk down this walkway to your tiny house, and you can see all of the property that you'll have to yourself. The boathouse has the perfect cabin feel to it, especially being literally right on the lake. The views are incredible. There's a deck that wraps around here, and when we walk on the front, the surrounding lake and trees are just amazing. Out here, there's a grill, a table to have the perfect morning breakfast or dinner at, and some other seating options. We can continue to walk around, and there's your very own private dock that extends out into the water. Now let's take a step inside the boathouse and see what's in there. This has been renovated, but the charm is still there. This tiny house has a very open floor plan and a great aesthetic. On the left is the main area, which is your kitchen and living room space that also have those huge windows that overlook the lake. The one window is actually a sliding door that lets you walk out into the deck. Back inside, the kitchen includes a full-size fridge, open shelves, which are these reused old crates, which is a great idea, I think. It adds a lot of character to this tiny house. There's an oven and a sink over here and even more open shelves in this corner. The countertop and cabinets are this natural rustic wood, which fits very well inside this tiny house. Inside the cabinets, they provide all of your dishware needed. I love the overall look of this kitchen a lot. And on the other side is a long table that serves as an indoor dining table and separates from the living room. On here, you'll see a basket where you can purchase some local goods at. They have jam, pancake mix granola, and Vermont maple syrup. Speaking of syrup, the state tree of Vermont is the sugar maple. Anyway, on to the living room. There are two couches in here that face each other with a coffee table in the middle. This makes it easy to play games in here or chit chat with whoever. You can also lay down on these couches and you can look out into the windows and into the lake. They were intentionally placed like this so you get the best views. There's also a fireplace in here for the colder months, and the shiplap all over the walls and the exposed ceiling throughout really set the tone for this interior, and I think it works so good in here. In the back, there's your bedroom space. It's all open, so all back here is your bed, a small wooden closet space, and a unique wooden design for this back wall that also have some lights on it. Enclosed next to this is your bathroom space. Throughout the pocket door, you'll see your full bathroom with the vanity, toilet, and shower. This is a private stay, so you may be worried, but there is hot water and plumbing here. You're not missing any luxuries of a normal stay. They're all here, but with much better views. Let's explore what else Wapanaki has. First, there's the beach area. Here, you'll have access to plenty more kayaks or canoes and another dock. I'm sure in the warmer months, this is a great spot to cool off at. And you can also see the other cabins here that you can rent. There's another tiny house, a log cabin, and another cabin next to that. There's also multiple hikes on this property to explore as well. We chose the Ginger Hike, which is a loop that goes all the way around the lake, and it was beautiful. It was so quiet and peaceful, and we got to see some really pretty forest and, of course, the lake. I wish we could have explored the other hikes, especially with all the trees changing colors.